Excuse me, is anybody sitting here? Sorry, this seat's taken. Sorry.
Yep. Welcome to This Seat's Taken. I'm your host, Rob Miranda. Got the 2024 edition of the podcast coming now. To join me the first time in person, well, not the first time in person, first time of 2024 in person, Mr. Brandon Cole. Thank you, Brandon, for coming on. How was your New Year's, dude?
Fantastic. How about you?
I am pretty happy with it. I think last time you were on for the year-end review,
Yeah,
but we filmed that a little bit earlier. And by the time, I think I added like 5 more movies or something like that. So by the time the actual year ended, so I think I ended my year like around 268 movies. You have any idea what yours ended on?
184. You crushed me this year.
Yeah, but you also weren't going hard this year.
Well, a lot of yours was in the actual movie theater.
100 movies were in theaters.
Crazy.
100 exactly. I was pretty shocked about that number. Are you planning on going to the movies that often this year?
Yeah. I'm back.
So the whole point of this episode, we're not going to talk about any movies as we discussed in the last episode. Like, it's going to be changing a little bit. There's not going to be simple movie reviews, and the big reason for that is like Hollywood is kind of dry right now, especially January, February. That's always going to be the slower time of the year.
Facts.
But with the whole strike taking the majority of the year over, everything's pushed back. It's spread out apart a little bit, and it's just kind of like not going to be a lot of good content this year.
It feels like a filler year.
Yeah, exactly. Because like it'd be different if it's just movies, but it's movies and television and
Everything
streaming,
across
everything.
the board.
Yeah. It sucks. So for this year, I just want to talk about a look into 2024. So we're going to be talking about upcoming movies that we're excited for, upcoming TV shows, some video games, other constants, and just general things that are coming to 2024 in general. One thing I wanted to bring out first is, as of today, how do they phrase it? With Mickey Mouse, the Steamboat Willie.
Yeah.
He became general. What's the word?
Public
domain. Which meaning Disney does not own the specific Steamboat Willie Mickey Mouse character. We've seen all before. Like it used to be before almost every Disney movie with him.
Like, all the time. The whistling.
But as of 2024, January 1st, it's public domain, which means me and you, if we wanted to, we can write a script for that Willie and use it however we wanted. Other examples of this, like Winnie the Pooh.
Yep.
I think The Grinch has become public domain recently.
Yep.
I'm trying to think of other ones, but there are specific movies and characters that you would not believe aren't owned by just anyone, really. I think in order to do that, you have to keep renewing it so often.
Exactly. You got to keep paying for it. Got to keep on top of it.
And with Walt Disney being passed away, I'm sure his family was probably left it, but maybe they just don't want to do it anymore.
Yeah, just probably a hassle, or they, it associates with them. So like, why would they fight so hard for it? I guess.
Exactly, but it's the first. Like today's the very first day, and it's already announced that they're making a horror movie with this Mickey Mouse character.
That's the trend. All these terrible horror movies with the iconic characters that we grew up with. I mean, it's like just for the fun of it. If you can do it, I guess.
I cannot stress though, it's not like everyone's thinking. It's not the Mickey Mouse like that we know and love.
Correct.
It's the Steamboat Willie one. It was a black and white drawn one where it looks like Mickey Mouse, and it's just like you see 2 seconds of footage of him. There probably is a whole big movie about Steamboat Willie, but yeah, I think there's gonna be a video game based with that character, like a horror-ish movie. But like that's all it was. Everyone wants to change it to horror movies. Speaking of 2024 movies, Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey 2 is getting the sequel. And that's gonna be one of the big ones.
How'd the first one do?
It did better than I thought. Like it caught the attention of bigger studios, so I think they're gonna get a bigger budget in this one. I haven't seen it. Have you?
No,
Yeah,
no, that was not. Cocaine Bear was as far as I went to that. Like, type
oh my
of,
goodness, Cocaine
type
Bear
of
was
horror
funny.
movie.
2024. Is there anything that, off the top of your head? Because we're gonna get into this a little bit. Is there anything off the top of your head that you're looking forward to? It doesn't have to be a movie. Just like, a birthday coming up or.
I'm just excited to get into this next phase of whatever. It just feels like everything's been so stagnant lately.
Yeah.
Like I said earlier, it feels like a filler year. So I feel like this is going to be a lot of creation and a lot of throwing stuff at the wall to see what sticks.
Do you have any goal? Are you a New Year's resolution kind of guy?
I'm not. I mean, like, the trend is like what's in and what's out in 2024.
Okay.
So, I was thinking about that, but more so just maintaining, like, the last year was a lot of growth, right? A lot of building. So it's like maintaining that and taking it to the next level.
That's pretty dope. I like that. Do you have any goals or like you going to go on vacation this year? I see the Star Wars hat. Like, have you been like to to Hollywood Studios and Disney?
Yeah, so I got a behind the scenes tour.
Oh, really?
Of Galaxy's Edge.
That's pretty sick.
Last November, and it was literally the best experience I ever had doing that. So
past couple of years, like 2022 was my first time going to Disney with the family. Then we went again last year. I think this year we're gonna go back again.
there it is.
But mostly focus on Universal. To me, Universal is better like 2 of the parks at Disney.
I can't agree with that, but I understand. I'm not a rides guy.
You are a rides guy?
I'm not.
Oh.
I'm not. Like, I don't.
But I think that's why I like Universal so much. Like, a lot of it's 4D where you're not moving around a whole lot. Like, it's in your seat. And
the Harry Potter one is always like all.
And speaking of 2024, I think they're expanding the Harry Potter
They
world
are.
to a 3rd part.
They are.
That is wild. It's already huge by itself, and you walk into one of these worlds, and like it's like you're already transported into another world.
Transformation.
And to build like a 3rd, I think they're gonna have like a train delivering you to that one too. Probably. I'm excited for that. I love how they did it. They killed it with the first 2 parks.
Yeah, and they know what they're doing at this point. Like, that has like the best brand integrity. Like Hogwarts, like the love for it. Even new people, it's so approachable. You walk in and you feel like a muggle. Like, you just want to learn as much as you can straight off the bat.
Have you ever been to the Universal in California?
No.
With the Mario Kart land?
I've not.
Or Mario? I've been wanting to check that out so bad. I haven't seen a lot of cool things, but almost everything I see about it, it's like an hour-long wait for this line and all that.
Sometimes it's worth it. Sometimes it's absolutely worth it. Are you a journey guy or a destination guy?
Ooh. Probably destination, honestly.
Okay.
I'm pretty lazy at heart.
Fair
That's
enough.
probably what it is.
Hey, but now you know that, so that works.
Yeah. Big years. I mean, travel plans this year. I might try to go to Tennessee again. I would love to go to Tennessee, actually. I think LA though. LA's on my bucket list. Either this year or next year. I would really love to go check out LA. I had a friend who just moved there because she's working for Disney now. Actually, thinking that she made some fancy title for it. But long story short, she's like on payroll for animators, which is still very cool.
Yeah.
Professional goals I have for this year, just for the podcast. Like I want to make more connections, make more content. I'm pretty happy with where it's gonna go from here. I gotta finish that studio. This is the big thing because right now we're like the studio's made shit to my bedroom, which is cool.
I love it.
But I want to make it a little bit bigger. Very happy with the podcast. I think the episode before this one is going to be the year 2 anniversary, so we get into that.
There you go.
But 2023 movies, we talked a ton about like the strike happening and stuff like that. We just mentioned like it's pushing movies back, but I want to go down a list of movies that I'm excited for, and I'm sure you have some on your own, but there's probably gonna be overlap.
Yeah.
I have a whole page here worth. First year starting in January, Mean Girls.
Yes,
the musical.
Yeah, here we go.
I'm skeptical about it. Do we need another Mean Girls movie?
No,
probably not. Is it gonna live up to expectations of the first one? Probably not. But I like the characters a lot, and Tina Fey is hilarious and is a comedic genius. So I'm gonna trust in her that this one's gonna be a bop.
Yeah.
This second one, I'm controversy because like, just for the record of Sony, I'm not looking forward to Madam Web.
Okay. So the trailer so far, what have they done for you?
Nothing. Honestly, like Sydney Sweeney was cool, but like the acting, it's like borderline CW. It looks like.
Yeah.
The characters themselves are fantastic. They're great. I wish they would have done it a little bit different. Madam Web is known for being behind the multiverse. I would like the better, like she was already established as a strong character.
Okay.
And her plucking people from the other
Timelines,
multiverse. Yeah. That like kind of like I know they're trying to phase like do individual things, but kind of like how Miguel did in Spider-Man.
Yeah.
The animated one. It's kind of like that.
It's still
like,
there. That's the same universe.
Yeah. So I mean, I can't talk a whole lot of shit because I haven't seen the movie, but my expectations are pretty low for that one. I just seen the new Sydney Sweeney movie.
Anyone but you.
That one surprised me in how much I laughed.
I'm telling. See, all right, now we're back. She did good.
I mean, it is a cheesy storyline, but Gata in there was hilarious. I can't. What's the main guy's name?
Glenn Powell.
Glenn Powell.
Yeah.
He's a fantastic actor, and to see him something the chemistry. I think the chemistry is so good. They're a real life couple now. Right?
Yeah. Well, that's the rumors. The rumors is because he was engaged beforehand,
and then they broke off.
Yeah.
And
while they were filming.
Yeah.
A little sus.
But the chemistry on that screen, I didn't do a review on that movie, but the chemistry on that movie was fantastic. They were so funny together. Sydney Sweeney. I felt like the movie relied heavily on these both actors' looks.
Yes,
because like there was a lot more shirtless scenes and like naked scenes that they needed to be.
It was the return to form for that type of rom-com.
Yeah. because like, what if it was like Jack Black out there?
No, it wouldn't have worked. It wouldn't have worked. But it was because
Exactly.
it was like that tension, that spice.
Speaking of February, we're gonna keep going to February down the list. Bob Marley's trailer has been. Bob Marley's finally coming out. The trailer's been going on since like freaking October.
Forever.
I'm so done with watching the trailer. It looks like it's good. I'm not gonna hate on it. I'm excited to watch it. Bob Marley is pretty dope. I'm excited for the music. This one I just started seeing trailers for Imaginary. Or no, that's If I'm thinking of. Imaginary is a new horror movie. Did you see that one?
No.
It's made by the producers who made Megan, the horror doll movie.
Okay. Blumhouse and all them.
Yeah. It's where a teddy bear gets kind of like possessed or something like that. It's kind of like Ted, but like horror movie.
Nah, I'm good.
It looks pretty good. Like I'm not a horror movie.
Anything with dolls, man, that stresses me out. That's just a merchandising like juggernaut.
Dune Part 2 is finally
Dune
coming
Part
out. That was
2.
supposed to come out last year in 2023. I still have yet to see Dune 1, but
Stop.
I'm gonna be watching
What?
it. I'm gonna be
All
watching
right,
it.
that needs
before
to be on your resolution to get that
It is,
fixed immediately.
Speaking of which, I know we just talked about how many movies I've seen this year. I'm gonna be tracking a little bit different now. That number, like 268, I mentioned, that's including repeats of like me going to the movies to watch at the same time. So I'm gonna keep two separate lists. One like where every single movie I watch, and the one just one time in the watch.
Listen,
So
shameless plug again. Letterboxd does that for you.
I know
It does it for you. You
I
have
know.
no
I need to
work
get.
do.
I need to
No
heavily rely on
work to do.
Letterboxd this year, which I'm going to. But going back to Doom Part 2, the reason I haven't seen it is I'm not a big Jason Momoa fan, like acting fan. I
Okay.
love him as an actor. I think he's a very good superstar. I just don't think he ever found that role.
Where you were like, he has the chops right now.
Yes. He might be the new DC villain, Lobo.
Yeah, Lobo. Well, anti-hero
That might
guy?
be him. That might be his character. Because Aquaman, he did pretty cool. And I like what he did with the character. It's a little bit different, but he got shitted on because of the script, I would say. Kind of like Henry Cavill and Ben Affleck Batman. It's not his fault. He did fantastic. He did what he could.
He works with what he has.
I like what he did with bringing out different the character is. And he was a big part of Dune 1, right? He was a father, right?
He's in there.
Yeah. And I think him and like that's when Timothée Chalamet just started coming out to me, and I was like, I wasn't too sure about Timothée Chalamet, but after watching him a lot this year, I was like, all right, I'll get on more. And on top of that, I heard Zendaya's gonna have a bigger part in the second one too, so I'm always for it.
I think she was in 7 minutes of the first one, which is insane.
This next one is gonna have a special place in my heart because it was on the first ever episode of this podcast. Ghostbusters is coming out again.
Yeah, the continuation with the Paul Rudd, right?
Yes, a lot of people. Well, it's kind of a continuation of the original one.
Yes, true.
But a lot of people hated that first one. But like I said, it's a special place in my heart because it was the first episode on this podcast, and I just love Paul Rudd. Like I don't know how people cannot like him.
Anything he's in, I'm watching.
Yeah. I don't think there's anything bad he's ever been in.
No, because at least he's one of those people that still has fun with the role, even if the movie's not great. You're like when he's on, he demands your attention.
I'm predicting this is gonna be another multiverse, and they're gonna combine the female Ghostbusters in this movie.
That would be a terrible decision.
I don't know. With the whole multiverse happening the past couple of years,
that would be. Because just think about I think the reason why they made that last one in the first place was to get the taste out of everyone's mouth for the first. So for them to be like, all right, now that we got you,
maybe I'm predicting it though.
You're hoodwinked.
Let's go. Not Ghostbusters. Kung Fu Panda 4 is coming out.
Yes.
I've only seen the first one. I think I've seen the TV show on Nickelodeon.
Bro, we grew up at the same time. What's happening with you right now?
Yeah, I see it on Max all the time.
Jack Black and in his bag.
And that was just him. He had like everybody.
Everybody.
Like, a lot, like
everybody.
Angelina Jolie, Jackie Chan, Seth Rogen, Lucy Liu. I can't think
because
of
it works. It works. It was
Yeah.
a fun project that it's one too that when you hear like, oh, the Kung Fu Panda has 3 like going on 4 movies coming out, you're like, dude, what are they even doing at this point? But it's a good story.
It came out in 2008, which seems so long ago, dude.
Wait, you make me feel old.
Yeah. And then there's a lot of controversy over this Kung Fu Panda 4 because like it looks like Po is the only original character in this movie. Like a lot was the Furious 5?
Yep.
They're not anywhere in the poster or trailer, so
yeah, it could be a bait and switch.
So I'm skeptical about it, but I'm still gonna watch it probably. Yeah. Godzilla X Kong.
Yeah, I don't know what that's about.
Have you seen the original? Like the
Yeah.
You like the Godzilla movies?
I'm 50-50 on Godzilla
Really?
movies. Yeah, I mean
What about King
Godzilla
Kong?
-1. one of the best movies of
Yeah.
last year, not even close. But this isn't that type of movie. That's what's making me nervous again.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. I like King Kong a lot,
Okay.
and I'm pretty excited. The trailer looks fucking dope.
Which one, that last one when it was I think it was just versus Kong.
Yeah.
With the like Super Godzilla one. That they just be doing too much a little bit. So if we can return back to what makes Godzilla and Kong
Well, there's a whole
as
like,
impressive.
it's this whole world now, this monster world now.
Yeah.
And I was like, what other monsters can there be? You know, they're finding another monkey. It looks like.
See, returning to the well.
Then I was like, what was it, like the abominable snowman? I'm trying to think of other monsters.
Yeah,
You know,
like, and then but they have to be like as formidable because they can't just dominate right off the bat. They have to spend time showing why
Do
where
you think
have
they
they
should have
been
another
this whole
solo?
time.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you think they should have another solo movie?
Yeah, absolutely.
Interesting. Well, because like it's a big age gap, I think now because Kong is getting pretty old now.
Yeah, very much. So.
I think it's the son of Kong they're setting up for,
See, that I would be interested in more.
which is weird. Like, who's he fucking?
Yeah, that's
you know?
what you see what I'm saying. That's like it's that you got to develop everything.
Yeah, yeah. The biggest complaint about that trailer I've been seeing is Godzilla running.
Okay.
People think it looks stupid or looks like cheesy. I was like,
What are you expecting?
it's like a giant lizard. What are you talking about? It can do anything. It's shooting lasers out of its mouth.
He's literally going from underwater to land, blowing stuff up, and you're like, "Oh, the mechanics of this."
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Weird thing to nitpick, but all right.
Going to Zendaya's movie, we're gonna be finally seeing Challengers. It was supposed to come out last fall. Got pushed back over 6 months. Well, around 6 months. That is freaking wild.
Very much.
I'm excited. Zendaya is a very, very fantastic actress. I cannot wait to see, because I think it's a true story, this one too. I can't wait to see her portrayal on it. Or she plays like a tennis player who's almost going pro, but then she gets hurt and she's relying on her boyfriend. It looks like to go pro for the both of them.
Yeah, but that teaser that they put with her and the two dudes blew up the internet there for a week. That was absolutely
I know,
insane.
I talked about it a lot. Now, this is probably my favorite movie coming out in 2024. The most anticipated, the only MCU movie coming out. We're going to be talking about Deadpool 3 this year.
Yes.
All the drama, not drama, but like there was whole thing about leaks coming out left and right, and Ryan Reynolds had to come out and say something about it too. Like, I get it. Everyone's getting excited, and that's the whole point of leaks. Like, we want to see something. We can't wait to see a trailer. I'm predicting we're going to see a trailer on Super Bowl.
That's the timeline. I'd
Yes.
buy that. I'd buy.
Because like,
Do you think
it's
it's
coming
going to
out.
be a true trailer though, or are they going to go back to what they used to do with him? Just he wouldn't show movie footage. It would just be him doing Deadpool stuff.
I don't know, because you can't really predict with Ryan Reynolds.
Exactly.
Like, they might just show footage from the previous X-Men movies.
Yep.
And then previous Deadpool movies, and
Have him commentary.
and then like the last second show like a montage of like quick action scenes. I could see something like that happening.
Because that's what same thing similar happened to Endgame. Their first trailer was at the Super Bowl, and it was all old footage.
Yeah, and that's what they did with the Marvels too. They played old
Yeah, that
footage.
was whacked though.
But I don't know. Like, Marvel has released a lot of trailers on Super Bowl for the first time too. So who knows? Like, it's gonna be in track the timeline wise, because like it's coming on like I think they pushed it back to July now, right?
Yeah.
So that's like 5 months before. Like,
For anticipation,
maybe not a
that's the perfect
February
February
not
to
a full
July.
trailer, maybe like a teaser trailer, which is like
30
seconds
seconds
long.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna give fans what they want. But going back to like the whole leak thing is like, yeah, there's leaked footage. Like, we already seen what Hugh Jackman's gonna look like. We see pictures of the set, which I don't really want to talk about on here, but it's very cool as a fan to see. But like, imagine how much cooler that would have been to see the first time on the screen, or even in the trailer would have been sick. I'm excited for it. There's a whole lot of new information coming out. We already get the Ryan Reynolds already like said like, fuck it, like I'm gonna release some stuff, like, because he confirmed Dogpool is gonna be in there.
Yeah.
I would not be surprised with Kidpool in there. The latest news I've seen, I think they're talking about Lady Deadpool.
Taylor Swift out there.
I heard that too. I could see Taylor Swift making a cameo in this movie, but not as Lady Deadpool. Maybe just like as herself, if anything.
Deadpool 2 had how many, different cameos? Brad Pitt was in there for half a second.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I can see her doing something like that. Because her and Blake Lively are pretty close now, right?
Yeah, they were at the game together.
See, yeah, I could see her doing something with them. Hugh Jackman's I'm excited for. Ryan Reynolds has another movie coming out. I didn't even have it on the list, but we can talk about it. If Imaginary Friends, written and directed by John Krasinski, who plays Jim on The Office, who is watching when you came in right now. I'm excited for that one. It looks interesting. It kind of reminds me of that cartoon on Cartoon Network. Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends.
Yeah.
Where it's only this one girl who can see old imaginary friends that the kids that grew up out of. And she can only see all of them. So it's her job to find other kids who don't have their own imaginary to make their own. That one looks interesting because a lot of celebrities in that one. Steve Carell. I think Brad Pitt's in that one too. Could be wrong.
Everybody.
That one's gonna be a new one. New movie coming in May. I'm gonna be saying this wrong. Furiosa.
Yeah.
Starring Chris Hemsworth and Anna
Taylor-Joy.
Thank you. I love her. I hate that I messed up her name. I love her so much.
Yeah.
I've never seen Fury, the first one either.
Really?
No.
Okay.
I gotta go watch that one because it doesn't look that appealing to me, honestly. Like, it's like a post-apocalyptic world.
Yeah. I mean, it's the Mad Max type deal.
Yeah, so it doesn't look that too good to me. But I want to be watching for Anna and Chris Hemsworth alone.
Yeah. Did you watch the 2015 Mad Max?
No.
No. Or 2013?
Wasn't that Brad Pitt too?
No.
That was Tom Hardy. Tom Hardy, yeah.
Dude, let me tell you, you will love that movie.
I'll probably watch it this weekend.
You will love that movie. You will absolutely love it.
A lot of people are going to hate this one, but it's Chris Pratt's new movie, Garfield.
I'm one of the people who are not. I'm not excited about that, man.
I like Garfield, but we just heard the same exact voice with Mario. Yeah.
And
he
the
did
Lego
put a little
movie,
bit.
and he's got...
Yeah, he did put a little bit of spin on the Mario one, but like you said, the Lego, it's just his voice, and this one just sounds like, you know who would have been good at it is Nick Offerman.
Yeah, that would, especially for like a I Hate Mondays type of guy.
Yeah,
you know, Chris Pratt he's got that energetic voice. That's the thing that's not really meshing with me right now.
I hate how many people hate on him. Like, I love him so much. I know.
Yeah. But for this one, this is where I will actually lend. Hey, back in the old days, you know, you just have that same person for 20 different projects. That's okay. But in this one, it just has to make sure that it fits for the project he's doing.
He might surprise me. I don't know. Garfield, I think it's gonna be out there with like. Do you think it's gonna be as big as Mario?
No. Do you think that the Garfield IP, like, do you think the younger generation cares about Garfield at all?
Yeah, that's true. I remember the live action movie was pretty dope.
Yeah. Well, that was for the plot.
That was Bill.
Not Bill
Murray.
Hader. Yeah, Bill Murray.
Yeah, Nick Offerman would have been dope at it. I'm surprised they missed that. Next movie, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to that. I love the Planet of the Apes movie with James Franco's.
Forward.
I wish there was, at least in the second one, that there's more reference to James Franco. But this one's like 100 years later.
Yeah.
Humans are pretty much gone. They're like pets now. And now these monkeys are evolution.
These apes.
Apes have evolved a lot. Like, they're not like 100% like us yet, but they're getting there.
Yeah.
I'm excited for it. It looks interesting. Now they're going to be discovering, like, oh shit, we weren't always on top of the world. They had to come up with their own history, which is, I don't know, it's very interesting.
Yeah, it's a true evolution movie, and you talk about like character development. You're talking about a species.
And this is like the first movie without Caesar too, so I'm curious how they're going to go with that.
Because it's his son's son, right? Or just
I thought it was his son.
Okay,
Maybe it's his son's son.
Yeah.
I could have sworn when the first time I heard that trailer that it was Andrew Garfield's voice. It sounded a little bit like him.
Okay.
That would have been pretty sick.
Okay.
When next? Ballerina. This is the John Wick spinoff.
What do you think of this one?
I like the idea of it. I don't like the idea of what's her name playing?
Ana de Armas.
I don't like her. I don't like her. I don't think she's that great of an actress. Like, she's overhyped.
This will be the defining moment because when Knives Out came out, she fire. Everyone like floated to her, and then we talked about Blonde.
Blonde, and then the Apple TV movie with her, and
she was in James Bond. Like she's the Gray Man. Like she's been hidden astride, but I think everyone's just with you overhyped. But I'm willing to see how this goes because she can do action, which she's proved a few times.
There was someone else big in that name too, right? I think John, like what's his name? John Wick himself was also appear in that movie.
Oh yeah, Keanu. I hope not.
I kind of hope not too. Yeah. It's gonna take it away.
Yeah.
Maybe like a quick end scene, credit scene, man. You know who I want to spin off is that blind guy, not Stick. Wow.
No. Oh my goodness. Chirrut from Rogue One, literally the same, plays the same character in two different movies.
Yeah,
which is awesome.
But he would be pretty dope
so
to have a
bad. Donnie Yang, right?
Yeah,
Donnie Yang. Yeah, he's dope.
He would be dope to spin off. There was another one in that one too, like there was in John Wick 4 or 3. Was it 4?
Yeah, 4. The ending with the post credit scene.
Yeah, not the blind guy. There was another guy, a third guy in there.
Oh, the tracker.
Yeah.
The guy with the dog.
He would have been cool as a spin-off movie, but the ballerina, like, we only seen like a hint of that kind of world, and I think in the second one for like a good 15 minutes.
Yeah. But it definitely John Wick did the biggest flex on John Wick is the world building. Like that's the society they live in. Everything with the Continental is so dope. So I'm okay with them having another movie in the universe. I'm just waiting to see how it's gonna pan out.
Have you watched the Continental, the series on Peacock?
No.
It's a totally different vibe.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. Ray Liotta, yeah, he stars in it, or he's in it. He's pretty dope in it.
All right.
It's a totally different vibe. It kind of feels like more like Gotham, if anything. You know what I mean? The GCDPD.
Yeah. From CW show.
Yeah.
We're all the villains.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be a hit for me. I don't think you might get a lot of the John Wick fans to go out there and see it.
Yeah.
But I think it's gonna be kind of a flop.
Curiosity is gonna be the biggest flex for it. It's gonna be the biggest thing that helps or hurts it.
I think they might test footage it, and it's like, oh, this isn't working, so we got to bring in Keanu Reeves to come save the day, you know?
Just like in the Fast X movie, there's gonna be a very clear tacked on post credit scene.
Fucking Gal Gadot was in every DC movie last year too as a cameo. I was like, come on, dude. What we got next? Despicable Me 4. Do we need a fourth one? Probably not, but it has Minions in it, and that's gonna get the kids in the seats.
It's gonna make money.
I'm not gonna see it. I think Despicable Me 3 was like him like as a kid, which is a smart idea.
I actually like that one.
Smart idea, but like I think they're gonna be broadening that universe because Megamind is coming back in 2024. Have you heard that?
No.
Megamind is coming back in some form. I think he might be joining another universe. I think it's gonna be focusing more on him, like, because the movie ends with him being a hero. Mm-hmm. It's gonna be him about still dealing with the struggles of being accepted as a hero. I think he might be I could be fucking making this up right now, but I think he might be with Gru at some point.
Dude, I gotta see that to believe that. But I wouldn't put it past them, especially nowadays. But that would be crazy.
How do you think do you think they're gonna be setting up for Super Smash Bros?
Yeah, absolutely.
Sure
I think $1.3 billion. Yes, absolutely.
I think they confirmed like what's that?
Zelda's
coming, but it's like live action though. I think I heard, right?
No,
I think they're doing a couple things with Zelda.
I heard there may just be a few projects. I know for a fact that there's going to be a. See, now you got me thinking. Is that what was? Well, the animation studio is sticking with animation, obviously. Like that,
yeah.
The same group that did the Mario movie. They want other movies in there.
Because I heard Kirby was gonna get his own movie. Why? No.
Hey, that's my character in Smash Bros.
Yeah. So that might be a possible thing coming up. Another big movie is coming back, Beetlejuice 2. I've been seeing a lot of photo sets and talks about that. Where especially Jenna Ortega's gonna be. She's gonna have a big year, I think, next year too.
Yeah, she's gearing up. I mean, she's already had a few, so this is like her staying power.
Yeah. She's gonna Beetlejuice 2. I think she's coming out with the Paul Rudd movie, an A24 movie, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
This is the only thing I heard so far about her going on. Joker 2 is coming out.
Lady Gaga.
It's a musical. That's the thing that kind of scares me. I love musicals. Don't get me wrong. I'll defend musicals all the time. But the vibe he sets in the first one does not give off musical vibes.
Let me be careful what I say about
that. It's okay. Lady Gaga is great. She's proven herself to be a great actress.
Oh yeah, she's awesome. And her as Harley Quinn, like, it's a good look.
You think Joaquin Phoenix is doing singing in this too? His own singing?
Yeah, probably. With his little weird voice.
I don't know. After seeing Napoleon,
that's what I'm saying.
But I'm excited to see Joker 2. Craven is another one got pushed back over a year.
Yeah.
After playing Spider-Man 2, my expectations for a Craven movie are high.
Very much so.
But I don't think Taylor Johnson's going to be able to pull it off.
Really? No. I'm opposite. I think
they're going to try to. Well, because it's Sony. Sony's fucking up all left and right.
Sony,
you don't even know what world we're in.
I'll maintain the argument that 100% because they built an entire universe without the main character. That's not how it works. Yeah. However, Sony has been at this point at least 50-50 with what they do with their characters because that's still the same studio that gave us Spider-Man 1 and 2. Still the same studio that gave us Spider-Verse, Across the Spider-Verse. They hit when they hit.
It's easier to hit with animated movie though. Like,
do you think?
Because the one thing that I didn't like about Craven 2 is they teased the Rhino in there, and they tease like his little like how he's becoming the Rhino.
Yeah.
And I was like, I bet you this when the full suit comes out, people are gonna hate it.
Yeah, and the scene with the spiders in there was a lot for me for that trailer.
And don't get me wrong, Aaron Taylor Johnson is pretty big,
Awesome.
but I think they should have like juiced somebody up bigger too.
My fear on it is they're kind of going the animal lover route, like that he's like a protector.
Yeah.
I'm like, that is not Craven. But again, I'm willing because they want them all to be anti-heroes. Like, and they're pure villains, but you know they want them redeemable so they can make multiple movies about them. So we start cheering for them and root for them and get
Which is what they
invested.
did with Venom.
Exactly.
But you're not supposed to cheer for those guys,
That's
you know?
and that's again the foundation is wrong. But now I know that I can still go into it with that different expectation.
I don't know. I think they've seen it work with Joker.
Yeah, 100%.
And then like, we can do that too.
We can hold my beer.
Pretty fucking much. I'm not sure if you're a fan of this, but Lord of the Rings is coming out with another movie. I never seen the original. I never read the books. I know it's very popular.
No, I didn't. COVID. It was the first time I watched Lord of the Rings
Really?
because me and you. We have so specific in our nerdoms that there's so much like space that it takes up to get that like heavily invested into a franchise. So I was like, all right,
I think it's
know
too
I'll
many
dive
like
deep.
weird things about it. Like the whole 3 movies are like them traveling to this one place to get there. And
That's Star Wars for you, though.
yeah,
And I'm, you know,
I'm not a huge Star Wars fan either. I like it. I mean, I've seen them. I just don't know what it is. I think
is Danny in the room with this? Because I'm hearing hot
Yeah.
takes left
You know
and
what?
right, man.
I think what ruined that for me, like, is Family Guy, because I've seen Family Guy make fun of
Oh,
it so
my
much.
goodness.
Like, I know the story. Family Guy, I think, ruined it. Star Wars for me. Same thing with Lord of the Rings. I know the premise of it. I just don't want to sit down and
So
invest my
I assume
time
you
in it.
didn't watch Rings of Power.
No,
Okay.
that's a TV. That's
Yeah.
a Prime show.
Yeah. Because Amazon paid $1 billion
Yeah.
for the rights,
Yeah.
like just so they could start making. And they are full steam ahead. So
You know what? Just came out at the end of 2023 is on Netflix. Zack Snyder's new movie on Netflix.
Rebel Moon.
Yeah, have you heard the story behind that? Like, I guess Disney wanted him
To
or
do Star Wars.
He wanted, someone wanted him to do Star Wars.
Yeah.
And they didn't like his idea, so he was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna like change
it
a couple
myself."
names basically, and then post it on Netflix." And that's the biggest complaint. And like, it's exactly the same as Star Wars, and like these characters are easily each other, just different names.
Yeah.
But then and it wasn't that highly receptive.
No. Did you watch it?
No.
Okay.
Did you? You can ruin still say something about
Yeah.
it.
It's not good. It's
Yeah,
not, yeah.
and to Zack Snyder's defense, well, he's trying to defend himself. Like, well, if they release a director's cut, it's like 3 or 4 hours
we're
long.
not doing that. That's not how it works.
Yes.
If you're a director, you literally get hired from a studio to make a movie within this time frame, within this budget. It's your job to
Yeah.
make a good movie with those parameters.
I was like, he somehow got away with that, releasing the director's cut in the DC world, and a lot of people loved it. Like, to me, it was like, this is okay.
Yeah.
But like you just suck at storytelling.
If you need that much time, then you're not doing it right.
Well, then go into television then.
Exactly.
Make a series.
Especially nowadays with these hour-long episodes that people are sitting and getting invested in. Like, do it that way. Don't try to do the blockbuster movie and then complain when it doesn't work.
Yeah, I was like, oh, if I had 6 hours to tell a story, I could make a good movie. I was like, come on, dude.
I just needed extra $100 million.
Yeah. I'm not a big Zack Snyder fan, if you can't tell. Karate Kid 2. Or not Karate Kid. This is the new Karate Kid.
The new Karate, the merge.
Like a reboot somehow.
I don't know what to call this because they both exist. Like Daniel Sung and Mr. Chow from the Jaden Smith era. They're both in they're both in there.
At one point, I think a plot line was the grown-up was going to be the Karate Kid and the kid was teaching them or something like that. I think that was a plot point at one point. But this looks like a continuation from the... Do you think it's going to continue off the Netflix show too?
No, they said it's not.
Oh, man, that's kind of lame.
I know. Yeah, because then they just would have had Johnny Lawrence out there, my man. Zach.
Well, he could have been the new...
yeah.
What's that name? Not Mr. Chow.
Miyagi?
Miyagi.
Yeah,
He could have been the new Mr. Miyagi.
Yeah.
Is Jackie Chan going to be the new Mr. Miyagi?
Again? Yeah, you see what I'm saying? It's so
But
weird.
the cool
that they're
thing
both
is,
there.
like, do you see that post they put out there? Like, we're looking for the
For a
new
new
Karate
Karate
Kid, and
Kid.
they're putting like anyone could apply. Like, I mean, they put like requests in, like, oh, you have to be Asian or Chinese or something like that, and if you know the language, that helps. But I don't know, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah,
to see like one of us go out there.
Cobra Kai is a truly fantastic movie.
You mean show?
I mean, a show. Yeah.
It's just like it keeps the nostalgia too.
Yeah, it hits.
Yeah.
But it also builds onto like new things and gives us new. It reshapes what we thought Karate Kid was.
And this last one I got here, this is for the kids. Inside Out 2.
Yes. Yeah. I'm excited for that one.
I'd seen the first one. It was pretty cute. It was pretty good for like teenagers, like preteens kind of thing. I think this one's specifically for preteens.
Yeah.
But it's interesting.
They're growing with Riley. Yeah. Inside Out's my top 5 Pixar movies.
Really?
Yeah. I'm big.
I'm
fan
gonna do
of
an
Pixar.
episode on that.
Yeah.
Pixar. I'll be on for that. Is there any other movies that I missed for you that you think you're excited for?
Civil War, the new A24 movie, is interesting to say the least. We're in that like what's that other Netflix movie that just came out about the end of the world?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I heard bad things about that. I haven't seen it yet.
It's thought provoking, should I say? So the new, I mean, A24 is in their bag, especially with everybody they're signing this year, all the movies that are coming out. But Civil War, like that trailer dropped, and it genuinely was like all right, you piqued my interest, and knowing them and what they can do with the story like that, I'm locked in.
Interesting. A24s, I'm expecting big things from them.
Yeah,
I think they're like what's that big one that just came out last year? Past Lives. I didn't hear anything about that.
Lives was.
I didn't hear anything about that. It snuck up on me.
Yeah.
A24 is known for that, so I'm expecting like 3 of those this year.
Yeah, it was in my top 3 spot at the end of the year, and it earned it because that was crazy.
Now,
I did miss one. I knew it. Fall Guy.
Dude, Ryan Gosling and
Emily Blunt, man.
It looks stupid. It looks very stupid.
Hey, both of them are fantastic.
Ryan Gosling is going to be riding that trend of the fit hot guy from Barbie.
What has he been doing since the
Notebook? But now he's shredded, dude. Now he's shredded. He's going to be playing that.
But he was in Gray Man. He was doing the same thing. But it kind of it lends itself to like the Free Guy was like my surprise favorite movie. What was that 2 years ago? Like I love that. So I get it, the name Fall Guy, but. And the trailer feels like it gives almost too much away. Like I feel like I've watched the movie.
I think that's why I'm not like excited for it.
But just watching them together on screen is going to be a blast.
I want to switch over a little bit to TV shows now. These are the biggest TV shows that are either just coming out in 2023 or starting up in 2024. My favorite one, my biggest one I'm excited for is Daredevil Born Again.
Yes.
I'm assuming it's still coming out in 2024. I know they had to restart it all over again.
I think they just took it off the
original
date. Yeah, no, it's still coming. It's still coming because they fired the writer.
The writers and
the show
directors, I think.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it sucks that they did that, but I'm glad they like had the self-awareness. Like, oh, this shit sucks.
Yeah, I am A-okay with the quality control check coming back.
Yeah, because like I heard like he doesn't even put on the Daredevil suit until like the 4th episode.
Yeah.
And which is why we've already seen him in the Daredevil suit in She-Hulk.
Exactly. Well, that was the same thing that was supposed to be in She-Hulk. Like she wasn't supposed to have her transformation until the last episode. Oh, shit. How crazy is that?
So the last episode?
Yeah.
Shit, that would suck. I got Avatar: The Last Airbender live action.
Did you see those stills came out, man?
Yeah,
those photos look cool.
I'm excited for that. Running off of Robert Pattinson's Batman, we got the Penguin.
Mm-hmm. Colin Farrell.
Time Bandits. I can't remember off the top of my head what that one's about, but it looks good. The Walking Dead. I was surprised about to see this. The Walking Dead, The Ones Who Live. I'm not sure if that's a real thing or not. Have you heard anything about it?
Mm-mm.
Were you a big Walking Dead fan?
I'm the fan that fell off, like everybody else.
Yeah. I remember like it had like everyone in the chokehold, like in high school.
Yeah, very, very much so.
Percy Jackson and the Olympians that just started the end of 2023. I don't know. I'm not looking forward to that. Like that looks too like fantasy for me to like be into. It looks like the PG version of Game of Thrones.
Hey, you gotta have something for everybody.
Welcome to Derry. Derry with that. I think that's the Pennywise one. Where it's the origin story of Pennywise and it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're not in the horror movie yet. The Sympathizer. I think this is the one I read up. It's starring Robert Downey Jr., which I was surprised
for him doing TV.
Yeah. Aliens coming out. Blade Runner 2099. This one's interesting. Sausage Party, Fruitopia. Napoleon, we just talked about his movie sucked. They're going to be diving deep into his life as a TV show, which might be a little bit better. The pacing might be a little bit better. Dune, The Prophecy. This one was shocking to me. I never knew about this one. Moana's getting her own series.
I did. Yeah.
It's
And they're coming back too.
I looked at live action. I'm not looking forward to that. Moana. My niece is in love with Moana.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be a short series, like 6 or 7 episodes, where it's gonna be her and her friends traveling to different islands, and it's still gonna be like a lot of music.
A little fun thing for them.
This one I'm not looking forward to. Powerpuff live action.
I thought they got rid of that. The one with Chloe Bennett and
the one on the list I saw is still up there.
Dude, that movie, that TV show.
I seen on-set photos. It looks stupid.
It was very dumb. The script got leaked for the first one, and like one was like an adult actress, one was like
Shut
drug
up,
addict.
really?
I swear, bro.
Wow.
That's why I said they got rid of it, because it was like once that script leaked, it kind of fell through. But to hear it came back, it was
Spider-Man freshman year.
What do you think about that one?
I was excited when they first announced it because it was going to be the actual prequel, or the prequel to Tom Holland's Spider-Man, just animated, which would have been fucking dope.
Yeah.
But now they changed it, like it's going to be like its own new Spider-Man show. Like we have like 30 other ones worth. I was like, come on, dude, we don't need another one.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm still gonna watch it. Don't get me wrong.
I'm tuning in.
This one just started. Spock Pilgrim Takes Off. Have you seen that yet? I've seen close of it. It looks pretty good.
I love Scott Pilgrim though.
Yeah. Starsky and Hutch.
Yeah.
I'm excited for that one. The last thing I got on my list is Stranger Things season 4.
This is the one they did the break
season,
between
right?
this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the last season coming out.
Yeah.
Were you a fan of that?
No.
Yeah, I'm not really either.
Yeah.
But people like get shocked when I say like, I'm not really into Stranger Things.
I missed the hype train on that one, and then I never felt like catching up.
Is there any of the shows you got like?
Dude, I'm a big I also love network TV. Like I still watch it. Like so I mean I've been watching Grey's Anatomy forever.
Really?
Like so like genuinely those Station 19, Chicago, like PD, Chicago Fire, Chicago, like all those.
I'm surprised you haven't like tried getting in the background on one of those. Like they film here in Chicago.
Yeah, I know. But it is cool.
Sick.
Yeah,
that
no,
would be pretty
it's cool.
sick.
It's a lot of
I
fun.
talk about a show and you're like, hey, I was on that show.
Actually, those are my co-stars.
Yeah.
I'm excited for those. Echo is one that when I heard about it, I was pissed. But the first trailer, like even the clips that we've seen with Daredevil in there, that looks amazing.
I think that's going to be set up for the Spider-Man movie too.
Yeah.
Because I think Daredevil's going to be in there. I think that one's going to be like, because they want to do more street level. I think it's going to be what Kingpin is going to be elected mayor, and like all superheroes are required to like kind of like a Civil War. Like they have to like reveal their identities.
Okay.
And so that might be in there right now. But I know like because Sony has in their contract now, like all right, for any other superhero movie, they have to have an A-list Avenger in their movie, and it was going to be right now. The talks is Ant-Man might be in the movie.
We were just talking about Paul Rudd.
Yeah, which I wouldn't be mad about, but like, come on, just throw Deadpool in there. Give me a Deadpool Spider-Man movie, you know?
And that's what like people have been clamoring about from the beginning. We want more street level, and they did a fantastic job of resetting him. He's got the a real suit, like not Iron Man Jr. type deal. I didn't mind the suit, but like for him to make a suit his own, no one knows him. He's like going back by himself. He just
a lonely apartment.
Yeah, like it that era is gonna be amazing.
Zendaya's supposed to come back too for that one. But I was like, you can switch on. Give me Gwen Stacy or something, you know?
Yeah, but they're like real life together, so put them in
there. That's you got another one for the TV
Game
show.
of Thrones, the new.
I'm not a Game of Thrones guy,
dude.
I'm not a fantasy guy like that.
Dude. Oh, yeah, okay. So I think it's just fantasy.
It is just fantasy because like I wasn't like a Lord of the Rings guy.
Yeah, okay. I'm seeing the thread. So it actually makes me feel better because of that. And then I had one more, and I'm not remember the name of it. Yellowstone.
Oh man, I'm missing on that train, but like I hear great things about it.
We're supposed to be getting that last season right now. Matthew McConaughey is either getting his own show or they're gonna add him into the actual show.
I don't see him tying down a show. I don't see him. He's a movie star.
McConaughey?
Yeah, I don't see him doing that.
So is Kevin
Costner.
Yeah,
McConaughey is bigger.
He is bigger, but every show that we're getting right now has. I mean, name a show without an A-lister in there that's actually like prevalent. It's hard to do. So, especially for a show that iconic, because some rando wouldn't necessarily work, but for somebody, his brand works for the show.
Yeah,
that old country brand.
Maybe they got TJ now too.
Yeah, Texas. I don't know.
Yeah.
He's when you got that much money, he's just on his side quest life right now.
Are you a big video game fan?
I'm okay. with
Yeah.
video
What
games.
kind of games are you into?
So I'm always like Spider-Man. We were just talking about that. Love that.
I'm finally like clean off of that. Like I was addicted to it. You know, like I haven't played in a couple weeks.
Fair enough. Jedi Fallen Order was everything to me when that. Baldur's Gate 3. I don't know if you are a D&D guy.
No.
Baldur's Gate is like the most.
After
approachable,
watching
too.
D&D last movie, like that was my top movie of the year, I think. What about the Harry Potter game? You play that game?
Hogwarts. No, I
Really?
missed it. I was I think I had army stuff, so I was gone for a little bit when it first came out.
He's still down right now.
I know, but now I'm playing catch up. I got so much thing,
Yeah.
and then obviously, the new GTA is in 2025, but it deserves an honorable mention right now.
Yeah, I'm going to be doing an episode dedicated just to GTA soon. Yeah, that's a good game, Paul. Like, they just announced too that Spider-Man 3 is not going to come out till like 2028 with the whole big leak of what's that studio?
Sony?
No, not Sony. Insomniac.
Yeah.
That just happened. Like for those of you who don't know, like there's a group of hackers that threatened Insomniac, the game company who created games like Spider-Man and a handful of other ones, like and the upcoming game like Wolverine. It's like, hey Rick, unless you give us $2 million, we're gonna release all these screenshots, all these like personal information about the voice actors and some of the crew and all that too. And Insomniac's like, fuck that.
Yeah, we're good.
They just
Take
released
away.
it.
Yeah.
And they just released it, and which is like all their plans about like the Wolverine game. There's some gameplay of Wolverine, and then Spider-Man information. Also, there was another leak with GTA.
Yeah,
Like,
that guy.
the
Yeah.
kid, not a guy. It was a kid. It was
Yeah.
18 years old. He released some footage and screenshots of the new Grand Theft Auto, which ultimately led to the release of the trailer. I think because like, well, fuck it, it's already out. He just got caught
He's
and
in jail,
arrested
though.
for life. For life.
Stupid.
At 18 years old.
That's very dumb.
And I think he got out on parole, and he went and tried doing the same thing again.
He said out loud. He told him the press or whatever. He was like, "Yeah, I'm not. That didn't stop me."
Yeah.
Great job, guy.
Yeah. So here's a handful of games that that I would consider playing at least. Suicide Squad versus the Justice League, or Suicide Squad kill the Justice League. Interesting about that. It depends on the lineup of who I'm going to want to play as. Mario versus Donkey Kong. It's a Nintendo game, obviously. Star Wars: The Dark Force Remastered. Princess Peach Showtime. Outcast: A New Beginning. Destiny 2: The Final Chapter. Assassin's Creed Mirage. This one's probably my favorite. Rugrats Adventures in Gameland. And the last one I have here is World of Warcraft: The War Within. Like I said, the only one that really mentioned that is because our friend Alyssa Portillo was the co-creator, not creator, but she had a part in making the game.
Yeah,
So I would check it out just for her.
absolutely.
Like I said, I'm not a big video game guy. Once GTA comes out, I'm for sure gonna be playing that. Spider-Man for sure playing that. Wolverine like that.
Are you a replay guy? Like, will you replay the same game?
I played Spider-Man like 3 times.
Yeah. I like because even Injustice when that came out. So like when like the Suicide Squad versus Justice League is definitely going to be on.
Especially
there.
when the game gives you different options,
Exactly.
like go down this path,
change it up a little bit. But
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
why Baldur's Gate is so great because
Guardians
it's
of the Galaxy game came out. It's kind of like that.
yeah. Choose your own adventure type deal.
I'm not a big video game fan, but I want to try to get into more in video games a little bit, like at least in the video game news. You know what? A big one. I don't know what's coming out. Is the Ninja Turtle one, Ronin?
Oh, I missed that one. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know if it's coming out this year or next year or what, but it's been announced at least that they're making a Ninja Turtle game where it's Ronin. You know the storyline Ronin, like where 3 of the Ninja Turtles are dead and only one lives trying to avenge them. It's like a very dark vibe kind of video game.
And those work. That's what we're looking for.
The next on the list, I have artists going on tour in 2024. I looked up a handful. Pretty much everyone's on tour right now.
Yeah, I'm going to the Jake Cole concert.
Oh, really?
Yeah, man.
That's exciting.
It's gonna be. That's the one I'm most excited about.
The only one I really want to see, and it's only if he comes out with new music, really, is Post Malone.
Okay.
I love Post Malone. I think
Okay.
who I really really love to go see is Bruno Mars. I think he would go throw a fun
Yeah.
fucking concert.
Bad Bunny is the one that's supposed to be taking over next year.
Bad Bunny got so hot, and then I think he just dropped off.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like
I never really got, and I just more so just don't listen to
I think
his music a lot.
I like his music, but I think he's just trying to step away a little bit to do a little bit of acting. But
Yeah.
that didn't take off really.
He was supposed to be in
A new Sony villain movie.
Yeah, yeah, and now that's gone.
It's not technically gone. It's off the schedule.
Well, he's not in it anymore. He's not.
Oh, he said that?
Yeah.
That's kind of disappointing. Because I'd like, man, can you imagine the soundtrack to that movie too? That's kind of disappointing. I didn't know that. But he had the Bullet Train. He had a cameo on that, which he was cool. He literally had no dialogue. Yeah. He made a couple of cameos like in Narcos and smaller shows. And he's like, yeah, this is kind of this is how I imagine. He's like, this is not for me. And he tries going back to music, and he just not. I think he fell off, and he's been like
though?
Artist of the Year for like 3 years in a row.
The rumor right now is that he's going to be at WrestleMania.
I can see that. Well, because wasn't he just dating like one of the Jenners?
Maybe.
I think one of the Jenners, and they just recently broke up, and then I don't know. I'm surprised that didn't make more headlines because anytime someone dates them, they're always in the headlines.
Yeah, but I mean, when you're that big on your own, he's got so many different things going on right now, especially with this upcoming concert tour that everyone's just like, all right.
I don't know. He's gonna come back. Hopefully he does. That's the last things I had, like upcoming things. The last thing I had I wanted to talk about, it just came out 2023, but as a soft reopening, but it's going to become a big thing in 2024, is CosMcs. McDonald's spinoff of, like their answer to Dunkin' Donuts and Starbucks, which those things have been around since like
ever.
Yeah. And he's just now going to like, oh.
Well, because they're bored. They can do it. They got money. Their money has money, man.
For those who don't know, McDonald's has opened up a separate chain of restaurants, still underneath the McDonald's name, but it's called CosMcs. And right now there's only like less than a handful of restaurants open. The biggest one, I think, is in Illinois. Here in Illinois, I think Ghoul is maybe a few hours away from here.
Yeah, like 3 or 4.
I don't even think it's a sitting down restaurant. Like you can't go in it. It's a drive-through only. Like I said, it's an answer to Starbucks and Dunkin' Donuts, where it's only like bakery stuff, baked goods, and drinks. There, you can't get a cheeseburger there, nothing like that. Baked goods. I looked at some of the menu, like a lot of fruit drinks and stuff like that, like muffins, and it's mostly like catered to breakfast, I would say. I heard good things about it. I don't think it's gonna last.
I think it all just depends on scale, because the big complaint that you hear right now, it's just like there's 3-hour wait for like regular food.
Well, yeah,
because people just want to go to CosMcs. So is that novelty gonna wear off when there's
I have a year and a half before
they shut down?
Because I feel like we're gonna hear about this like in 10 years from now. Like, oh, you remember when McDonald's tried doing that CosMcs thing?
It's like Szechuan sauce.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna last. What do they have? Mostly beverages, baked goods. It's I think it's gonna be a flop in 2024. Do you have any predictions of 2024? Like anything news wise?
Dude, everything is so unpredictable right now.
Yeah.
And that, I mean, like there's a lot of
You read the news with Warner Brothers merging with Paramount? Am I not mistaken that?
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
It made it through the first round of the legal system. So,
I think it's a desperate move.
Yeah, well, they have to. What else are they going to do? They have Amazon coming up. Apple's crushing it. They got Netflix is profitable. Who would have thought that happened in 2023?
People are thinking Disney Plus is going to go away. Disney Plus is losing a lot of money.
It might. Yeah, they have like over $1 billion in lost revenue,
which is wild.
I mean, but that's the Netflix model. Netflix never made money. Like they just churned out so much content,
which is why. But like Disney owns all those.
It's
movies.
all their stuff, so they don't. Their cost isn't really leasing. Like they're not losing any money.
What it is new content, Disney Plus original, because especially with the SAG negotiations, like they gotta pay a lot more money. Like just chill on the content, dude. That's all you gotta do is come up with like 3 new shows a year, maybe at the max.
Does those 3 shows garner subscribers for an entire year? That's the issue. Because if you just like Mando, that's their money earner, but it's only on for 2 months. So you got the $7 from people for 2 months, and then they unsubscribe. That's the hard part is keeping them around.
I don't know. I mean, be bummed if Disney Plus goes away.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Disney Plus. I love having. I mean, look at us. Like, I love having all this. Even this Christmas, turned on Home Alone, like hopped in there. Like it has all the Disney classics.
Max, I think Max merged with what do they do to become Max? Because before it was HBO Max.
Yeah.
Discovery and
It was Discovery. National. No, not National.
yeah.
Yeah.
Or,
Was it?
No,
No,
that was
'cause
Disney.
Yeah.
But anyways, they merged with somebody, and that actually benefited
Yes,
for them.
yeah,
And
yeah.
now they're having a
I think
deal.
I think it was just Discovery because Zaslav was their CEO, so
And
he
they're
came
having a
over.
deal with A24 where they're only the only ones to be doing the A24 genius move on their part. I think they're actually, well, I was about to see the numbers, but like they're the ones actually like fucking benefiting in these mergers.
Yeah, if my prediction for the streaming wars, because Netflix won last year, I think I got Max all the way this year.
I was just on Max the other day or yesterday, and I was like, oh shit, or no, not Max, Prime. I was like, oh shit, Prime has a lot of movies come
Yeah.
out, like because they have a lot of 2023 movies on there already.
And they're doing a lot of original content too.
Yeah, the original content I've slept on. I think the only original content I've seen from Prime was that Chris Pine show, where he's like a war vet.
Oh, the oh man, I was just talking about this.
It's a good show.
Yeah, but Reacher, I'm watching that right now.
Oh man, I love
Yeah.
season 1 of Reacher,
Yeah,
and then to me, like the reason I'm not into shows is like I gotta wait so long
Yeah.
for season 2. Like Reacher, like it's gonna take me a minute because I'm gonna have to rewatch.
Season
the
2's
first
already
one.
on.
I know, but I have to watch season 1 again because I
Just do
love
the recap.
Alan Richardson, right?
Yeah,
You see the talks about him. People want him, or he wants to play Batman.
yeah.
I think
Which
it'd be
I
amazing
think
with
he would
Batman.
be a great Batman.
Yeah, that'd be pretty.
He's got the dude. What a tank.
Yeah, and then I seen him like an interview with him. I was like, people think I'm just 24/7 in the gym. Like, no, I work 30 minutes a day.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even change my diet.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah. He's like,
still
no, I
eating."
still eat like bacon. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think that's everything we have right now for
Yeah.
2020. Looking at 2024, a lot of big things coming out, a lot of big movies coming out. Big changes with the podcast, like we talked about last episode. Like, it's gonna be just pop culture in general.
Yeah.
That's the Hollywood news updates, stuff like that. I think we're safe from any kind of strikes going on anytime soon for at least another
Thankfully.
2 years. I
Yeah,
think.
no contracts are up.
Because that was a big setback on this year's. I think we might be getting a good refresh on superhero movies.
The reset, because even Superman doesn't come out to 2025. I don't know what they have coming out this year. Now that I think about it,
I don't.
they have nothing.
Maybe not till the end of this year, if anything.
Yeah,
But I mean, it's a good reset because like
we need it. We need it.
you're
We need
pumping
it.
this shit down our throats like, the
We
whole
need it.
time.
We need
Like,
it.
and it gives them a good chance to like fucking reset thing because
Yeah.
they did the same thing with Captain America, the New World Order. Like,
Yeah.
that script sucked and they scrapped it.
Same thing with Iron Wars. It's supposed to be a TV show, and they're like, actually, we can make this movie, but we have to pause it now. And then we're gonna.
Isn't the
take our
Ironheart
time.
too? I think that's gonna be a movie now. I think.
Yeah, it was supposed to come out in February of this year. Like they, not February of this year, but earlier this year. And now it's
Yeah.
push back, which is okay. Take the time to make better content. Period.
Yeah. Well, thanks, Brandon, for coming on. I'm excited you came on for looking at 2024. Don't know when I'm having you back on, but I have you on for something big. We just talked about Pixar. We might have you do a Pixar episode together.
I would love that.
Thank you for everyone listening. Thank you for everyone who participated in the last week's giveaway. Next week, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it might be the Mean Girls episode.
Okay.
So thank you for everyone listening. Stay tuned next week where I'll be saving you a seat.